Hey, Daniels released an Easter event a bit ago, and I wanted to 100% it. It brought pretty much the same amount of stuff the Christmas event did, albeit some of it was worse, sorry. But it did some stuff better, but I'll talk about that as the video goes on. Surely 100%ing it couldn't be that bad, right? Shortly after the event's release, me and some friends went in. We took a quick look at the shop before going into our first run. Our first run was pretty slow. For some reason, we couldn't find machines quickly and just kept passing them. Slowly but surely, though, we made progress. Is what I would be showing right now if I somehow didn't lose the footage. Not much really happened anyway, and the run right after was kind of a repeat of what happened. The first run, though, allowed me to buy the first tune of the event, Eggson. For a starter tune, Eggson ain't all that bad. Upon entering a machine for the first time, he can instantly do 10% of it, and it goes for every machine he touches. It can be some decently nice support for beginners, and I like it. Then I spent Robux on baskets. Listen, okay, I wanted that Yada skin. This Yada skin is probably the best of the bunch, though it's not exactly put up against that many good ones. Alright, well, back to runs. Nothing new happened until floor 5, the new Easter floor. This floor is pretty cool. It's like the Christmas floor, it appears every 5 floors and guarantees an event twisted to spawn here. But there was a slight issue. The game was bugged at the time, so the only way to get the event twisted was on this floor. So me not knowing this really pissed me off, because I just kept waiting for one to spawn to no avail. I shouldn't get this mad over a kid's game, but due to being pretty mad at a different game earlier, I wasn't exactly in the greatest mood. Anyways, this floor had Twisted Flight, the common Twisted of the event. This Twisted, I'm gonna be real, is one of the worst looking Twisteds in the entire game. Pretty much all they did was make his eyes red and his wings black. Also, he doesn't do anything special. Something you'll see a lot of in this event. Due to this community complaining about being bad, Quell ditched making any of the event Twisteds at all interesting outside of the main, which is pretty unfortunate. Not much really happened the next few floors. On floor 10, we encountered our second event Twisted, Eggson. Like Flight, he doesn't do shit. He also looks stupid. Starting to notice a pattern here. Once again, nothing really happened in between floors, but on floor 15, everything went to shit.
He's the healer, he's the old man.
I hear a man. There's a pebble in someone. There's a pebble in an Astro, dude. I'm gonna kill myself. Yeah, Pebble and Astro decided to show up on a blackout. Not exactly fun. We ended up dying. At least I got a decent amount of baskets and research on Exit and Flight. Next run I switched to Rudy. I don't know, he's kind of cracked, I think. At this point though, the bug had been fixed, so event twisteds ended up appearing more. Floor 5 was just Exit again. This is where I started to get kind of annoyed. I had seen Exit and Flight many times, and yet no Coco or Bazzy at all. The game took that as an opportunity to give back-to-back bad floors as well, which was fun. I ended up stopping for the day. 4.5 hours without seeing the rarer main once was pretty draining, but it is what it is. Later that night I hopped on again and everything clicked. I played as Yada with randoms at a good old 1 AM. A lot of us died pretty early, which was pretty cool. But then we reached floor 5.
Free Sprite. Liquid Sprite.
What's that noise? Oh!
The character
Oh my god, you look fucked. That is Twisted Bazzy, the main Twisted of the event. Her whole gimmick is planting flowers that slow you down. Nothing too crazy, but it's nice to see a Twisted that can do this now. Also, her design is peak. This is in my opinion the best Twisted design in the entire game. Not the most threatening Twisted ever, though I could see her being a pretty big issue on stuff like Shelly's room. Everyone but me and this Rudy ended up dying, and then it went back to the usual boring ass run. Until floor 11. Oh, wait. That's it? Is that literally all you fucking do? How creative. The last Twisted I need to encounter, Coco. As far as I could tell, she literally just chases you and loses you insanely fast. It was such a letdown, because I expected more from Quell. I got her again 4 floors later, but then we both died. But that run awarded me enough baskets to buy the second tune, Flight. This tune's actually pretty good. Similar to Tisha, but more stationary. I don't have much to say about it in terms of gameplay. Design-wise, though, I genuinely think this is the worst tune design in the entire game. They basically just took Flutter, made her trans, and gave him scoliosis. And he defies physics and speaks unlike Flutter. I know a lot of people like Flight, but I'm sorry. I think he's so ugly and has no reason to exist. That being said, I took him for a run at least. During this run, I got to play with 2 Cocos to see what she was like. I'll go into more detail on her later, but the item she gives is pretty good. We ended up losing one to a pretty sad death at floor 12. Floor 14, things started getting weird.
Cocoa, Bobbed, and great. Cocoa, Bobbed, and Bazzy. Cool.
Dude! Yeah, the Finn tried to grief me for some reason. He tried to apologize as if he didn't mean to, but, like, come on. You can't accidentally do this. He ended up dying after I called him out, and so did the Pebble shortly after. So I ended up killing myself because solo is boring. The run gave me enough research for Twisted Extant. The trinket is the egg radar. It's just festive lights again, I won't keep you here. I ended up calling it for tonight because it was like 3 a.m. I didn't really do much the very next day, but I kinda had a reason for that. Me and some friends tried to do some runs, but all of us kept having internet issues, so we ended up just not playing. But the next day I woke up at like 5 a.m. as I had to go somewhere early, but since I had time to kill, I hopped on and played with randoms. Spoiler alert, I made literally 0 progress. The 2 runs I had were some of the worst ever, and Coco and Bazzy never showed up, and I got so annoyed at my team I just left and played a different game. I took a break to play something I knew I'd enjoy for a bit, and then came back, and everything clicked. I want to introduce you to, I don't know how to say his name. He'll come into play a bit later. On floor 7 of this run, we ended up getting a blackout. Not just any blackout, Dandy and Bazzy both decided to show up, and it all went downhill. This Cosmo nearly killed me, and everyone else was dead. Except for the Roger. Little did I know, me and this Roger were about to pull off something I would have never expected to happen. Floor 10, we ended up getting another Bazzy encounter. I was kind of pissed I didn't play Roger, but whatever. We kept speeding through the floors. It was unlike anything I had ever seen from a public lobby. But then, floor 13, our first actual challenge. The worst possible map with a V and Pebble combo. Very slowly, we kept going back and forth and kiting the Twisteds as we did machines. And slowly but surely, we got out of there. Once again, we kept blitzing through floors like it was nothing. Wait a minute.
Oh, pick a Shelly here.
Shit. Yeah, we got a Shelly room with Sprout, but it gets worse.
Did Roger die?
Yeah, my teammate unfortunately died. 1 floor from 20. I kept going for him, and slowly but surely, I finished up all the machines, and behold floor 20. What's so special about floor 20, you ask? Well, Bazzy is a guaranteed spawn on floor 20, so the research was really nice to have. I got all the research and died. Very satisfied. From here I started playing as Roger. You might be wondering why I never played him to begin with. Well, to be honest, I don't really like Roger. But I figured it's about time I go him finally just to speed up the rest of this. Me and the Roger ended up joining another round and it went absolutely horribly. Nearly everyone died on floor 1 and the Roger disconnected. Gone but never forgotten. I did one more round after getting to floor 12 and dying like an idiot, but at least I got one Bazzy encounter. That run allowed me to finally finish my flight research, rewarding me the scrapbook. This thing sucks. It just gives distractors a slight advantage, which if you know me, I think is the worst shit ever. I also had enough to unlock Coco. Originally I didn't like Coco, but she's grown on me. In game she's pretty good. She can drop an item for anyone to pick up. The item increases extraction speed by 50% and movement speed by 25%, granting some pretty good support. Overall, I like the character. I was really excited to see the bunny tune of the event because if you know me, they're like my favorite animal ever. And she's just good, though teammates can ruin that. I needed to lock in from here. I was going to get Bazzy and finish all the research today. Everything I had done within the event has left me with conflicting emotions. Sadness, regret, hatred. It was a lot to take in, but I knew it was almost over. I woke up at 5 a.m., got on my PC, and knew I wasn't going anywhere until Bazzy was in my hands. So for hours upon hours, I kept throwing myself at it, very slowly gaining Bazzy research, and despite how unlucky I was getting, I just kept on going the entire day. Run after run after run, most of which never had Bazzy, and yet I was still going. There's a T-posing Roger here, that's a good sign. What the fuck is your trinket set, Coco?
What is it?
Egg radar and friendship bracelet?
Huh? Radar? Egg radar? What the hell?
Someone's already
shit.
dead, let's go. Yep, and then the obligatory ... in chat. 2 people died. Yep, all it
You know
took
what?
was a Louie and a Cosmo. After what felt like an eternity, the final Bazzy encounter I needed. Oh, there's a Bazzy, thank God. I couldn't get research because of the distractor. No, dude! Like... After all that happened, this absolutely infuriated me. But all I could do was play. What was I gonna do? Grief them? But then, a couple more hours later...
Oh, Bazzy.
Oh my God. No way. No way. No way. No way.
I'm gonna lead
No
leader
way.
it to
No
everyone.
way. Come here.
Yes.
Come here. And that was the last of my research. The relief was indescribable. I'll just let my live reaction tell you how I felt. Just kill me. I'm done. I'm done. Finally, after 10 hours, I finally have Bazzy. I am so tired. I fucking hate this game. I never want to play it again. I instantly went to bed after all that. It was rough. I did all that I wanted to today, finishing off the research and getting Bazzy. The research got me the glazed fondant bag and the whispering flower. The fondant bag seems meh. It could have its niche uses, but like, that's only if you're using Yada or Coco. It's okay though. The whispering flower is also niche, but why the hell would you use this? Highlighting everything during panic mode is really stupid when most items would be taken and also you're on a timer. A useless trinket that nobody should use. I took Bazzy for a run and she is awesome. She has 4 inventory slots and can drop items, granting very good support. That being said, that is literally all she's good at. I've seen a lot of people hating on Bazzy because she can't extract and thankfully cannot distract. But like, people should really take into consideration, she would be so insanely broken if she could do any of those. Overall, I think I might become a Bazzy main now. She's super fun to use and is up there as probably the best support in the game. The next day was a nice breather. I felt a lot lighter having Bazzy in my hands now, and from here I could just play casually instead of tryharding terribly as Roger. The rest of my time here was just basic runs, slowly buying skins as I went on. Okay, since I didn't record any of the skins, I might as well just show them off here right now. So we got the Bazzy skin. The skin's okay. I prefer original Bazzy though. It's alright though, I don't mind it. Maybe I'll use it at times. Alright, then we got the Coco skin. I kind of like this skin actually, even though I'm pretty sure a lot of people really don't like it. I think it's good. God, I fucking hate Flight, but... I like the colors on his skin, but it's Flight. I hate this guy so much. Oh. Colors look okay, I guess. Oh no, I prefer original. It's okay though. Oh god. I am so sorry, Quell. This might be the worst skin in the entire fucking game. I hate this. Never using this skin. Both of Louis' skins he's gotten so far kind of suck. Then we got the Yada skin. Yeah, I think this is the best skin. Love this skin. I did not like this skin at first, but the more I used it, the more I loved it. So yeah, best skin. Yeah, the skins are... they're pretty mixed. That's all I gotta say. And with that, I 100%ed the Danny's World Easter event. I know I didn't do masteries, but since those are things you can do outside the event, I didn't really count those. And I want to save as many masteries as I could for a potential future video. So, what do I think of the event? I don't know. I honestly prefer the Christmas event. Not to say this was bad, some things were done better. I'm happy the tunes this time around weren't just reskins with slightly altered stats. I might have not liked some of them, but it brought Bazzy, who I think character-wise is my favorite tune in the entire game. My biggest gripes of the event were the Twisteds being gimmickless, except Bazzy. I think she is genuinely perfect. But the other three had no gimmicks whatsoever, which isn't a good thing. That's one thing the Christmas event did better in my opinion. Also, the trinkets are terrible. Literally none of them are good whatsoever. I could see the fondant bag being pretty good in some cases, but it's very niche. And if you tell me scrapbook is good for distracting, I will find you. And lastly, the grind. I'm pretty patient for the most part, but the grind could have been a lot better. It took a while to even collect enough for one skin. It's an improvement in some aspects, I guess. I don't know. I really think Quell should focus on fixing up gameplay instead of new content, a lot of which I mentioned in another video. Despite what I've said in the video, I had my fun with this event. There were definitely times where I wanted to just quit and make a 2-minute review on the event, but I'm happy I stuck with it and made this instead. Thanks for watching.